We now move on to dorm move-ins, and it looks like a whole entire university. I guess all the buildings are meant to be different training buildings, but God, it looks huge! They get to their dorm rooms, and the girls open up a closet to find their t-shirts with their A through F ranking, and Sion gives me my favorite line of the entire episode because she ranked a C. Their color shirt is yellow. She says, "Now I am vitamin Sion." Get it? Like vitamin C. Whatever, I thought it was funny. Training begins the next day with dancing lessons by Yoonjung. Everybody is petrified. I don't blame them. It goes okay, but Yoonjung has the eyes of a hawk and she can spot anybody messing up any tiny little thing. Nobody can get away with anything. Million Market's Yoonchae and AKB's Honda Hitomi are showing to be the standout dancers of the C class. That's notable for later. B class is led next by choreographer Youngjun. And I don't know if he's like this usually or if it was just a cultural misunderstanding, but like I did not like the way he taught that class. It rubbed me the wrong way when he was telling the girls to be more bashful instead of as powerful as they were being. Just ugh. Anyway, A class gets singing lessons from Soyu, The Thing Dreams Are Made Of. Goyoon from RBW decides she wants to volunteer to sing first. A noble effort, but something that should be really easy to her because she got an A and it stood out as one of the best vocalists, except for right now because she's going off pitch constantly and visibly frustrating Soyu. There's also a small montage of none of the A class girls being able to hit that high note, you know, the "'cause you master" high note, which is understandable. Even though a lot of them have naturally high voices, it's a ridiculously high note. Kwon Yoon-bi actually sounds really good, but her pronunciation is bad. Again, I didn't notice a difference. She responds to Soyu's criticism of this by saying she practices her pronunciation with a pen in her mouth, to which Soyu quickly replies, "Are you going to sing on stage with a pen in your mouth?" Burn! I'm sorry, I still don't quite get the Yoon-bi hype. Sakura sings next and even opts to sing in Korean instead of Japanese. Still, she is struggling. Soyu calls over Miyu to help, and Miyu sings one line and is a god. It's true. Sakura tries singing again and she hits the high notes perfectly. Soyu actually gives some really good pointers on how to hit the high notes. I was taking notes in my head. Overall, it's a very good showing in the A class despite the high note debacle. They're doing a lot better than most. Speaking of most, let's go over to the D class, led by Mei J. Lee. On a side note, Mei J. Lee is so cute! She's so cute! I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Poor Aoi is having trouble seeing the choreography because she's so short. I know how that feels. I am with you in spirit. And we have the girl who performed the Boa song with, I think I said the grace of a baby penguin, Minju. She cannot get the hang of this. I don't understand why this poor girl can't dance. And she still looks scared to be there. But at least she seems to be aware of how scared she looks constantly. Back to the B class, where we see communication issues arise because not only does the B class have Japanese and Korean trainees, but they have American and Chinese trainees. The Japanese girls are feeling very left out of things. They feel defeated and kind of passive because they cannot express what they want and feel kind of trampled over by the Korean trainees. That is until Korean trainee Hyuna takes Jurina aside because she had already learned the dance and helps Jurina learn the dance too. It's a sweet moment and shows that nobody puts Jurina in a corner. Another dance lesson in the A class with Youngjun, who isn't as he was in the B class. Kayun is shown to be clearly more advanced than a fair majority of the girls. Yena from Ueha is constantly winking and being quirky and awkward, which makes me just love her more. Minyoung from How Entertainment, aka the Celeb Vibe performance, is lacking in training, and that's becoming very apparent to the dance trainers who have affectionately given her straight up just the nickname of Celeb Vibe. I think Youngjun even calls her over by just saying Celeb Vibe. The D class is now getting singing lessons from Honki, and with the girls being majoritively Japanese, putting Honki in this class was actually the best thing that could have happened. He explains a lot to not only the girls, but to the viewers that Japanese girls tend to sing more with their nasal instead of more with their torso, diaphragm. And I really love the techniques he did to help them better understand, and just the overall individualized attention he gave them, and the Japanese girls seem to be really grateful too. He is proving, yet again, that he is the best casting for a judge that the producers of Mnet made. Finally, the F class with Yoon Jung. She notes that there are only 2 Korean girls in a majoritively Japanese F class, something she kind of notes with a disappointment I can't really place. But the girls are hardworking because they have something to prove, and honestly, if you're in F class, you really have nowhere else to go but up. And then there's AKB's third person speaking Eddie, who is struggling. Yoo Jung dubs her the Sohye of the room. Ouch. But Sohye also made it into IOI, so they're all struggling to memorize the choreography, but there's a camaraderie that clearly comes through by them having to all struggle together. Even the Korean girls are finding some solidarity in their new Japanese sisters. Video evaluation day is here, and every class has at least a couple of girls who are all doing pretty badly. There's even one girl in the B class who straight up like bends her ankle and falls on the floor mid-audition. I felt so bad. Overall, the D-class girls are showing lots of tenacity and smile all the way through their performance even if they forget the lyrics. True professionalism. In F class, Eddie started off so well, but she got in her own head and kinda choked. Also, I keep getting her and Bibian mixed up. I know I should know the difference because Bibian cries literally every 4 seconds. She even cries as she's introducing herself before her video evaluation. 5 Gs, good God, get a grip, girl. That sounded a lot less cool when I said it. They all had to record 2 videos, by the way, one in Korean and one in Japanese. There's a clear lacking in most of the A-class girls, and the Korean girls don't really grasp onto the Japanese lyrics at all. Kayun does well, but she can't hit that stupid high note, but the trainers seem aware that her vocal tone does not suit that song. Yeah, no kidding! Neither does like half of the girls' vocal tones. But Sakura in both languages does really surprisingly well. She clearly has something to prove, whether it's to herself, to the naysayers, or to her fans. She is motivated, and I kinda see now why they put her in A class. We take a break from the video evaluations to get phone calls to home. A producer off screen tells the girls to call the first person they think of, so most of them call their moms. Floods of tears ensue. Struggles, hardships, sadness, loneliness, it's all there in every single tear. My personal favorite calls were the ones where the girls and their moms were being goofy with each other, like the mom who asked her daughter straight up if she was the oldest one on the show. That's the kind of relationship I have with my mom, so that was the one that really warmed my heart the most. We're back to video evaluations now after that little montage, which are now being reviewed by the judges. Cue the tense music. They seem just as disappointed with most of the results as the girls themselves, also noting how the Japanese girls were really able to find the camera well, which most likely is because they performed in front of a bunch of cameras before, and they continued to perform despite mistakes. The Korean girls, meanwhile, seem to mess up once and then their whole performance thereafter suffers, and they just give up. I didn't even realize until the judges said something, but I guess there was a good chunk of time where ex-JYP trainee Chaeyeon was sick and she couldn't learn the choreography with the other A girls. Even with that huge of a challenge though, she excels at singing and dancing. It's as if she was never sick to begin with. There's performances we don't get to see, much to my annoyance. We don't get to see Jurina, we don't get to see Noe, we don't get to see Miyu. She's the only other Japanese A girls. I call shenanigans. But the one performance we do get to see is the one with Goto Moe. She's kind of been an enigma throughout the show because her voice went away for the auditions, and now we will hear her voice for the first time. She sounds a bit rough still, probably still recovering, but she powers through and her tone really isn't as nasally as I thought it would be, which is a plus for me. C-Class's Hitomi kills it with the dancing and in singing Korean. She clearly is showing that she does not want to stay in the C-Class. F-Class's Yabuki Nako sings and dances really well. For being an F-Class, she is dubbed the Pearl of the group. I can't help but feel like and it might have just been the editing, I can't help but feel like there was more praising of the Japanese girls than the Korean girls, maybe because the Korean trainees there's more expected of them, so with the Japanese trainees doing above average, there's high praise for them. Re-ranked report card time is here, and there are a lot of changes. Like, a lot of changes. 9 girls moved up from F class, which is nearly half of the F class girls. Yay! D, C, and B either go up or down, with 12 D girls moving, 18 C girls moving, and 17 B girls having changed class. We don't get to know how many girls are not going to stay in the A class, but we do get to find out that Kayun and Sakura both get A's, so they are staying without a doubt. But then it's revealed that there's one girl who apparently for the first time in the show's history has moved down from an A all the way to an F ranking. Who is this girl? We don't know because she's blurred out and we won't find out until the next episode. The 3rd episode's been out for a little bit, but I have yet to see it, so I want to know, speaking in the past, who you thought the mystery girl was. I currently think it's Minyoung from How, just based on the edit that they gave her. She seemed to really struggle, but what did you guys think? What did you guys think of just the entire episode in general? Are you excited for what's to come? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Click on the description if you want a good subreddit to follow, a good Twitter page that always posts updates and rankings of the girls, and a link for the subbed episode of episode 2, like I said, all in the description below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to catch up with this very soon. Pray for me. I'm not used to doing live recaps like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in episode 3, where more shenanigans will happen, I'm sure. And a relay race. Should be fun. Bye, guys.